How about speed bursts?
We talk about that already. Reflexive speed. In general, you want to maintain directionality. The problem with the reflexive speed is when you do reflexive speed, you're not thinking in two notes individually, but you're thinking in one gesture or movement. So I'm doing M-I. I'm not doing M-I. I'm not thinking this, but just one.
Is it to you? I'm wondering if it kind of feels similar to the way I think about like rhythm for improvising or for drums, where it's like you kind of don't think of all four. It becomes kind of like when you
gesture,
like when you practice time in jazz, you set your metronome to like the half note or even the whole note, so that you get used to like
that right
feeling the whole thing.
Correct. That. So you do 1, 2 fingers. Try to synchronize it, because when you start doing reflexive speed, the left hand will stay behind because it's busier. All the things that you need to do versus just playing on the same spot here. So just getting it. Then what I would do is like these exercises of like planting the third finger, the third note. So if I'm doing MI, then I will do MI and plant the M. But I'm planting right on the spot that I need to play. I don't plant and then realign. The finger is right there. The finger is right there. And then when I feel comfortable with that, then I do 3 notes. Then I got 3, then I go to 4. 1, 2, 3, plant the 4th. And then when you feel comfortable with that, then do the 4 notes. And little by little expand. Don't try to just do, if you are doing a speed and you're only coming from underneath in the metronome, like 60, then 65, then 70 beats per minute, and 80, you're gonna reach your ceiling a lot sooner, because there are some part of the reflex of the speed. Of course, when I'm saying this, I'm not saying that you should not practice slow. That job has to be done. But at some point, let's say if I'm trying to reach 130 beats per minute, at some point when you already have some level of coordination and things work, and you work, like say you work slowly, and you got to 110, and then you feel the ceiling, and you cannot get faster than that. Because there is part of the reaction and the movement that is not equate to the slow movement.
Yeah. If there's a different movement when you're
a different quality of movement, exactly. Yeah. So let's say if my goal is 130, then I will go to 150, 160, even though if it's sloppy and it wouldn't come out. But it gives me a sense of like trying to get there. And at the beginning, I would tense like crazy, and then you take a little bit less, and then bring the metronome down in reverse. 160, then 155, then 150, then 145.
The catch with that, because I'm going through that right now, the problem is you have to really be self-aware of how to move and fix things, and you have to feel.
Well,
because if you're not doing those things, then you're really not.
You're not gonna arrive. But the idea is just go above and then come back down, and you see that the movement is different. Yeah. That if you're doing all slow. Okay. Sometimes if you have problems with 2 fingers, work on it. But at the end, there's the 3-finger combination that you can do AMI, MIA, IMA, IAM. Sorry. On the way of tremolo, I have students that I have greater facility doing IMA than AMI, and it works. Like when they do Puyol, the abejorro. I have students that play better PIMA than PAMA. This is like tremolo, AMI, like Chandler, for example. He plays faster, IMA, and then there's the P-M-A-I.
P-A-M-I. No, it's P-P-I-A-M, right? P-I-A-M.
There's P-I-A-M.
Yep.
Then there's P-M-A-I. Then there's P-A-I-A-M. That we already talked about. That's usually what I will play with. Because I can control it. If I do in treble.
Yeah, I suppose since M sticks out a little bit, you could also do like P-I... It'd be P-I...
Oh, yeah. Yes.
M-A. P-I-M-A. Yeah.
This is really P-I-M-I, you know. So I will exhort you to work P-I-M-I, P-M-A-M, P-I-I, and then start doing finger combinations. So it's not a matter of being obsessed with just one way of doing it. Of course, sometimes when you put more fingers, then it's more elements that you need to think of.
But you're also distributing the work amongst more fingers.
Right? So they don't have to react as fast in between them, because it's a group of 3 versus a group of 2. So the return rate is a little more comfortable, you know?
Okay.
But that works.